Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Chandler Keys. For those of you who haven't seen my channel before, I make a lot of coding tutorials and I give advice on how to get yourself into the IT industry. And today's video, which has nothing to do with tech really, is how to start a YouTube channel. And I've been getting a lot of questions on how I started off, what I do to get views, things like that, and I am here to answer all of your questions. Firstly, I just want to point out that I didn't really do anything to get the views. Pretty much what I do is just upload my videos and then promote it on my social media, and over time people will start to recognize your channel and share it, and naturally you'll get more views, especially if you're consistent. But here, if you listen to my great advice, you'll at least have a halfway decent channel. Not everyone is guaranteed to have a successful channel, and you can define success in many different ways. Some people don't care about the views or the subscribers, and some people just do what they love, and I'm one of those people. Here's my advice on how to get yourself started. First thing you need to do when you make a YouTube channel is come up with a creative name. Nowadays, more and more people are becoming YouTubers, so it's much harder to be creative about things. I really recommend you keep numbers and underscores out of your channel name. That is my personal preference. It's only because I don't like the idea of searching, someone with a bunch of numbers. It's a lot to remember. For example, there's YouTubers named like BeautyBaby1635 underscore. Like, why would you do that? It's not really creative. I don't like the numbers. It doesn't really look professional to me, but that's my opinion. So, I recommend you come up with something that doesn't involve numbers or underscores, and something that makes you stand out compared to the rest of the YouTubers. So things like Beauty Baby, or I don't know, I love soccer, things like that. Just don't come up with something basic. Come up with something that kind of defines who you are, but is a little bit more on the creative side. Number 2, pick your YouTube channel topic, and when you do, make sure you keep that topic. I do that a lot as well. Make sure you stick to that, because whoever subscribes to your channel is subscribed to your channel for that reason, who are known for that. And you don't want to confuse your subscribers, and I'm one of those people who do that. I'm pretty hypocritical, to be honest with you. But it's one of the biggest mistakes that I've made, guys, because I probably made every one of the mistakes that I'm going to point out in these videos. And that's what I'm here for, to help you guys. It's okay to upload new things, just not all the time. And that can result in a loss of subscribers or a loss in views, and it's really disappointing to go from a good growth rate and then see it go down, because it happened to me, and it's because I'm so wishy-washy with my YouTube content. I like to talk about a lot of different things. I can't help it. I'm not just somebody who uploads makeup tutorials or just coding tutorials. I like to have an even mix, but a lot of times I can confuse people. And at one point in time, I did stick to one topic, and it was hair tutorials on my other channel called Chandler Knows Best. And believe me, my growth rate of my channel was pretty high. I was at a point where I was getting over 130 subscribers a day, and it was because I was consistent and I was uploading the same topics. People know what they were getting before I gave it to them. A lot of times that kind of gets rid of the creativity in your channel, in my opinion, so it's really up to you, but I recommend that you stick to a topic. It's okay to upload new things and things that are outside that topic, just don't do it all the time like I do. Number 3, choose at least one day of the week to upload your videos. Also something that I need to stick to. It is very important to stay consistent. And I say that because let's say that your upload day is on a Sunday. That means whoever is subscribed to your channel and is a really good fan of yours knows that you're going to upload on Sunday, and most people are going to be on your channel on Sunday because they're aware of the fact that you upload videos on Sunday. So if you stay consistent, you're going to have more people going to your channel on that day. But if you're not consistent, like me, you have people confused. People will stop coming back to your channel because they notice you haven't uploaded, and it creates a huge mess, and next thing you know, your growth rate is going down. And that has happened to me because I went on a trip to China about a year or 2 ago, and during that time, I haven't uploaded for about a month and a half, and ever since then, my growth rate of my channel has gone down big time, and it's because I lost my consistency. I also lost confidence in myself because I was like, oh my god, I'm not getting views anymore. So it just kind of created a huge mess. So I think the biggest and greatest advice I can give to you, and any other YouTuber would give you as well, is to stay consistent. Because even if your content sucks, on average, you're likely to get views just naturally because you upload on a consistent day. And this is just statistically speaking. This has nothing to do with your content, whether or not you suck. None of that. Number 4. So once your channel is mapped out, you have an idea of what you want to upload, you made your channel name, it is time to start thinking about equipment. I'll be sure to comment below the equipment that I use for my Right now I'm filming with a Sony camera. Honestly, I don't really know the name of it. I'll have to put it in the description below. But my favorite camera is the Canon Rebel T3i. I've never had any issues with it. It's the camera that I usually use, but right now it's broken. I have to go get it fixed. Something happened to the lens. But I really recommend you get a halfway decent, good quality camera. I know Canon has a $100 digital camera. It's really cheap and it gets you to where you need to be. It's a great thing to start off with because that is what I started off with. You don't have to throw away $600 for a good camera. You can, and I think it's a great idea, but there are cameras out there that are like $300, $200, even $100 that can get where you need to be. Also, make sure you have an editing software. A lot of people start off with Windows Movie Maker or iMovie, and I really think that's a great place to start with, especially if you have no video editing experience at all. Cut out your mistakes, you can add music, add text, pretty much the things that I do with my videos. It's really easy, it's not hard to use, and it's free. It saves you a lot of money. But if you're more on the advanced side, there's also Final Cut Pro and Final Cut Pro X. I never use those, but I heard a lot of good things about them, and that's more on the advanced side. And then lastly, it is time to film. A huge tip that I have to give to you is to make sure you plan out your videos before you film them. When I started off, I had anxiety in front of the camera because I didn't know what to say, and I had issues with ranting. I was always ranting for way too long. My videos ended up being 10 minutes each. To be honest, I think it would really help if you just write down little bullets and little points that you need to make in your videos, and your videos will be more organized, more neat, and straight to the point. And I always hate watching YouTube videos where the intro is too long or it's taking someone too long to get to the point. Those are the people who obviously don't map out their videos first, so I really recommend you do that before you start recording. A good example is a makeup tutorial I just filmed today, actually, and I wrote down the points that I needed to hit in those videos. As you can see, I listed the products that I was going to be using and what order I needed to be using those products so that I didn't forget or I didn't miss out on a product. I reminded myself to take before shots, and I reminded myself to change the angle of my camera during this time, and this is the after film section, and this reminds me to do certain things when I'm done filming. So it's a great way to map out your entire filming experience so that your video isn't all over the place. Because if you watch my older videos on my other channel, you can tell that I was all over the place and it's so embarrassing. And then lastly, before you film, make sure your channel is ready to go. You have your name, you have your topics. Not only that, but you need to make sure that you have your header and your profile picture ready. I think one of the biggest struggles is getting the header, because I know YouTube requires that it's a certain amount of pixels, but there's online editors that can help you with that. Other than that, that is all. Make sure you are all set and then you can start filming. Just organize your videos. Also, my biggest tip is to stay confident and to don't let anything discourage you. I know that when you make a channel, you have to deal with rude people. You have to deal with waiting for your channel to actually get views, because you're going to start off getting like 50 per video, and it gets kind of discouraging, but it'll grow, I promise. That is all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would like to reach out to me via social media, my Instagram is Chandler Keys. Also, feel free to reach out to me in my email. My email is in the description below. And subscribe. Make sure you share this video to anybody who's interested in making a YouTube channel for themselves, because I definitely don't regret it. It's one of the best decisions I've ever made. Thanks, guys.